Ay, no, se me dañó el día.
¿Qué pasó?
Tengo que ir a registrar el carro y detesto esas filas.
Dame el celular. Dame el celular.
¿Qué vas a hacer?
Te voy a... Mira, ¿te parece? ¿Parece?
Así de fácil.
Es fácil, ¿viste?
Veo que sirves para algo.
Para muchas cosas, mi amor, ¿qué te pasa? Vamos a mi casa.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles Facebook Live Online Services Demonstration. We will also use this opportunity though to interact with you and answer as many questions as the time will allow. I am Barbara Jackson McIntosh. I am the Director for the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and I'm here today with two members of my staff, Mr. Kevin Dixon and Ms. Midia Smith. At the Bureau, we have a dedicated team of employees that work tirelessly, oftentimes late evenings and on weekends, to ensure that you are properly served. We often work through our lunch hours as well, and for that we are very grateful and appreciative of our staff. We thank you, the public, for your kind words of encouragement, and we do take your suggestions into consideration. Sometimes you offer a suggestion for change. Most of those changes we have indeed implemented. And again, we thank you. We have a full agenda. I will explain the procedure that must be followed when renewing your vehicle registration online at the BMV. Mr. Dixon will demonstrate how to renew your vehicle registration online using the online tool. We will also go through the procedure to title a vehicle for the first time in the Virgin Islands, or if the vehicle was already titled here when you purchased it from someone on island, we will briefly go through that procedure. We will then walk you through the procedure for obtaining a Virgin Islands driver's license and using our online scheduler to schedule for most services. Ms. Smith will walk us through that. Let's talk about renewals. Currently, you can only renew your vehicle registration using our drop boxes located at the offices in the territory. On St. Thomas, our drop box is located in front of the main building. If you're facing the building, it's to the right of the building. There's a drop box in the wall. On St. Croix, our drop box is located at the inspection lane area. And on St. John, our drop box is located just before you enter the door at the first window. If your vehicle is required to be inspected, the process is you must go to the inspection lane first, and then you use the drop box to drop off your registration. We ask that you put the registration and your insurance card in an envelope, write your telephone number on the card, and then you deposit it into the drop box. We also ask and encourage that you walk with an extra copy of your insurance card, because the inspectors will actually stamp that on that insurance card that you came to the Motor Vehicle Bureau to get your vehicle inspected. In the event that you may be stopped by law enforcement, you can show them that you did leave your documents at the Motor Vehicle Bureau. Once we have completed your registration, we will then send you a text to the telephone number that you have left for us. We're providing that it's a cell phone number. We will send a text to your phone to let you know the time and date that you must come to the Bureau to pick up your registration. We ask that you adhere to the time and date that we give you, because failure to do so, you will have to wait an extremely long time, because there are persons ahead of you who may have had their appointment that day. So you must come on the day and time that you're allotted to avoid having to wait a long time or not being seen on that day at all. If you happen to miss your appointment, we will call you back and give you a later date so that you could come back and pick up your registration. So that's the process for the drop box. Most importantly though, why we wanted to do this demonstration today live is we wanted to show you how easy it is to use the next option, which is online registration. Currently, we have over 6,000 persons who have used online registration and have done so successfully. So we are asking and encouraging the rest of you who have your vehicles to be registered to please go to bmv.vi.gov and register. And Mr. Dixon is going to take you through that process. I'm going to have him do that for us shortly. We anticipate that registration may take anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks. And we said that because we knew that we were going to get a large volume of registration. So we set a 2 to 3 week window to give ourselves some time to be able to process your registration properly. However, we were able to send out these registrations within that week. It was that fast because we were able to work through very quickly to send you your registration when you register online. There is a misnomer that you can only register vehicles online if you don't have to go through the inspection process, and that's not the case. All vehicles can be registered online. It does not matter the year of the vehicle. It could be a 1990 vehicle, a 1950 vehicle, 2010, it does not matter. All vehicles can be registered online. The only difference though is if you have to go through the inspection process. Then you have to go to get it inspected, you drive away from the BMV, then you go home and you finish the registration process online. Because you and I know the longest time that you take to actually complete your registration is when you have to stand at the BMV and wait. So we are taking that away. We are asking you to do the inspection, go home and finish the payment, and that's fine. Also, you must ask the insurance company to send us a copy of the insurance card. They do send it to us directly. The insurance company they know exactly what to do. We've been having very, very great cooperation from the insurance companies, and we will find the card, attach it to your record, and it's just that simple. All right? So those are the two processes that we are using right now for online registration and the drop box at the BMV. Let's talk about driver's license. In order for you to renew your driver's license at the BMV, all you have to do is to make an appointment. You make an appointment, and there is a list of documents that you must bring to us in order to complete the process. But I'm going to show you, Ms. Smith is going to show you how to make your appointment online so that you could be able to come in to complete the process. We are aware that there are some persons who may not be able to use the online registration or online appointment process, and that's fine. You can still call us. Okay, and I'm going to give you the numbers a bit later. Or you can email us. We'll give you the email addresses as well, sorry. But our website has a section that says forms. If you click on the forms section of the website, we have all of our instructions listed there. So anything that you want to know about doing business with the BMV, it is on our website. Go to forms, and the forms for driver's license renewal is there. You click on the form, click on driver's license renewal, and all you have to do is complete that form. It's PDF fillable. You can even complete it online. You make a copy, you bring it into us. It's just that simple. Alrighty, so I am going to pause and have Mr. Dixon walk you through the online process, right, so that you will be able to have a better idea of what we are talking about when we say register your vehicle online. Mr. Dixon?
Sure. Thank you, Director McIntosh. As indicated, my name is Kevin Dixon. I am the Executive Assistant to the Director, and I oversee the online registration process. This is an exciting and an innovative tool we're using at the BMV to change the way we serve the public. So today, I'm going through a step-by-step process to show you how exactly to renew your registration online. To begin, you'll need your driver's license, your registration card, and a credit card. So first, we go to a website. It's bmv.vi.gov. Once we get to a website or a home page, we click Renew Registration. It takes us to the BMV e-servicing page. If you do not have an account, to the right-hand top corner, you select Register. Once you select Register, it takes you to the BMV Customer Verification page. It then asks you to enter your information that's required. It asks you to enter your customer number, which is your driver's license number or DL number on your most recent driver's license. If it's the older driver's license like I have with the pink bar to the top, it will be your CI number. So you enter this information without the letters in front of it. You then go on to enter your date of birth, and you also enter your registration number. Your registration number is located to the top left-hand corner of your registration card. It starts with C-, T-, J-, or VI-. You must enter the prefix before the number. So then you go on to select Verify. So for this presentation today, I am David Douglas. As you can see, it asks you to verify your information. It also asks you for your mailing address. My mailing address was already in the system because when I renewed my driver's license, it was entered. So this is important because this is where we send your registration and your sticker. It then asks you for your phone number. So today I'm going to enter my phone number. And then you select Create. The next step is going to ask you for your email address. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my email address, and it's going to ask you to create a password. A lot of questions we get. Some customers may see BMV does not verify your account. This just simply means that we have to manually verify it. So just simply email us at info@bmv.vi.gov, and we will assist you in creating your account. So once you've entered your email and your password, you select Create, and it says your account has successfully been created. Then you select Home, and you enter your email address one more time, and your password. And then you select Sign In. Once you've signed in, you'll see the services available. Right now, we only have a vehicle registration renewal, and later this year, we'll be adding other services. So you select Vehicle Registration Renewal. It will then list your vehicles that you have available. You click here to renew vehicle. It will list your vehicle information. It's going to tell you whether the vehicle needs inspection or not. It also asks you for your insurance agency. So I'm going to enter my information for the insurance company, the expiration date, and then I'm going to click Next. It then shows you the payment details, how much the renewal costs, the processing fee. You click Pay Now. And then it asks you for your billing address, your credit card information, and this is basically the end of the process. After this, you go into, you submit the payment. Once again, it's important to have your insurance agency send us your insurance card. Like Director McIntosh indicated, they're aware of the process. This process can take up to 4 weeks, but however, we have customers who've indicated that it's taken about even 3 days, even 1 day to get your registration in the mail. So that's basically the end of the process. I'm now going to turn it over to Ms. Smith to share another innovative and exciting initiative.
Good day. My name is Mireya Smith,
and I'm the Systems Manager at the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and I will be showing you how to schedule an appointment for any of our driver services. To schedule an appointment for our driver services, you have to go to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles website, which is bmv.vi.gov. Once you're at the website, you scroll down to the section that says Schedule Online. In the Schedule Online section, it will show you the islands that are available to schedule appointments for, which are St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John. So say I want to schedule my driver's license renewal appointment for St. John. I click on the St. John button, and it will open up the appointment scheduling portion to schedule my appointment. So here I enter my name and my cell phone number, and I click on next. Well, of course, your cell phone number is very important because that is the number that a text message will be sent with the date and time for your appointment. Once that's entered, you click on next. It will ask you for your last 4 digits of your social. You enter that, click on next again, and then you will see the services that you can schedule an appointment for. We have driver's license, which is your driver's license renewal or a new driver's license or a conversion of your stateside license or a foreign license. You have the ID card available, learner's permit application, the disabled person placard, learner's permit test, and your road test. So I'm clicking on driver's license because I want to renew my driver's license. The next screen will then show the very first date that's available to make a driver's license appointment. In St. John, that is Monday, August 17th. Now, if Monday, August 17th does not work for me, I can click in the upper right section, the same bar as the date is indicated, and there's a greater than sign there. So I can click on that to advance in date, so it will show the next available date. So let's say August 19 works great for me. I click on the time that I want to come to the BMV, say 1 o'clock, and it will bring me to the screen where my name is already filled out because I previously entered it. And the only thing I have to do is enter my email address so that in addition to the text message to my phone, I will also receive an email with my date and time for my appointment. And I click on next, and I'm done. And I received a text message saying that my appointment is August 19th at the Bureau of Motor Vehicles for St. John at 1 o'clock. And so you see how easy it was to create your appointment online. So if in the event that you do not have a cell phone number to enter there, or you don't have internet access, you can call us at the BMV. I'll hand it back to the director.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Thank you very much. It was that simple. But let's take a break, and then when we come back, I'll probably will finish the other driver's license option, how to convert those licenses, titling, and then we'll take some questions.
Life at the Virgin Islands Bureau of Motor Vehicles just got a whole lot easier. You can now easily schedule your appointment completely online from anywhere. Set up your appointment for driver's license ID card, disabled person's placard, written test, road test, and the learner's permit. All you have to do is go online to bmv.vi.gov, select schedule appointments, and choose your island. Then enter your personal information. Select the time, date, and the type of service for your appointment. Then you receive confirmation and reminders via text or email. It's just that easy. Here at the BMV, we are constantly transforming and driving innovation.
Okay, so we're back, and I would just like to briefly, before we go to the question and answers, explain the titling process because I said I would. I know we went through the vehicle driver's license and registration, but if you have a vehicle that has already been titled here in the Virgin Islands and you need to transfer the title from one person to the next, we ask that you go to the Forms tab in the bmv.vi.gov website. If you click on Forms, there's a form there for Certificate of Title Application. The second page of the form, there are some instructions. We ask that you follow those instructions very carefully so you won't have to go back and forth to the BMV. And what you really need to do is complete that, have the person who sold you the vehicle transfer the title of the vehicle to you using the back of the title form, and it must be notarized. You have to bring a copy of your ID, proof of your physical address, the bill of sale that you bought the vehicle from that person, and your current insurance. That's all you have to do, and then you go through the titling process. If the vehicle is from off island, you have to bring the same documents that I just explained. In addition to, you have to pay your road tax, and that's basically it. It's that simple. But again, on the Forms tab on our website, we have a lot of forms with all the instructions, and we ask you to follow those instructions. All right, it's just that simple. So I'm gonna go to Facebook Live and ask some questions. All right, we also have some questions that were sent in from frequently asked questions. Maybe I'll do those first. Let's do the frequently asked questions first, and then I'm gonna go to your questions online. How many months ahead can I register my vehicle? That's 3 months. You can register your vehicle up to 3 months ahead, okay? Do you need a driver's license in your name to register a car? No. A vehicle is like a property, right? So you can have the vehicle title in your name and you don't necessarily have to have a driver's license. Because we've seen that a lot. Folks would buy a vehicle just so that their daughter or their granddaughter or somebody could drive them around, and that's fine. As long as the insurance company knows who's going to be driving the vehicle, they're going to put that person on your insurance, and that's fine. Do seniors get a discount? Absolutely. Our seniors get 50% off of their driver's license and 50% off of the registration for the vehicle. You do get that, all right? Do you offer the Real ID, and how much does it cost? Are there any restrictions? The Real ID, we do offer the Real ID, and the Real ID is basically a driver's license on steroids. That's what I call it. A driver's license that has a star to the top right that tells all the other states and territories that we have done our due diligence. We have done our best to check every single document that was given to us to make sure that it is authentic, so that when they accept our document, they are comfortable and rest assured that everything is A-OK. That's what the Real ID does. It goes one step further from a regular driver's license. And there is no restrictions really on the Real ID, except that, well, when you say restrictions, I believe the only restrictions on the Real ID is that you have to be a legal, lawful resident, of America. So if you're here on a temporary status, no, you will not be able to get a Real ID. Your lawful status is what's going to be determined whether or not you get it, okay? And once you have a green card, you're a permanent resident, you're a citizen, you were born in the islands or in the United States, yes, you can, okay? And how long is my registration good for? It's a year. The registration is good for 1 year, but we are going to undertake a new initiative at the Bureau where we're going to make it 2 years. So you're going to have an option. If you want to go to 2 years, you should be able to do that. All right, and we're going to roll that out pretty shortly. Where can I find the cost to register my car? You can't. If it's a new vehicle, the first time that you're registering the vehicle, you will not be able to know that until we actually process the registration, because it goes by weight and class. So if it's a private vehicle weighing 3,000 pounds, that's different from a private vehicle that weighs 5,000 pounds. However, subsequently, that cost is on your registration, that registration paper, and that will always be the cost to register your vehicle. However, if you're late, right, then the cost would be different, because now we have to add a late fee. Can businesses register their cars online? Absolutely, absolutely. We love for the businesses to register their cars online. All we ask for you to do is to email us with the list of vehicles that you have. We ask that you send a spreadsheet with all of your vehicles, make, model, VIN, and the like, your business license, your tax ID number, the contact person for the business, and an ID for that contact person. We will set up the account for you, and then you could register your vehicle online thereafter. And the reason why the businesses are different because the businesses really don't have a driver's license like what we are asking for, so we have to set it up for you because, of course, the business doesn't have a driver's license. Is BMV the only place to inspect your vehicle at this time? Yes, the BMV is the only place where you can register your vehicle. I mean, I know the question wasn't asked of me, but I will say it anyway. I would love for us to come to a place where we don't have to do inspections at all. Most days there are 35, I want to believe, don't quote me, I believe it's 35 or 36, but I know it's in the 30s, that do not inspect private vehicles. Commercial vehicles are inspected, vehicles that transport persons are inspected, but not private vehicles. So I would like for us to come get to the place one day when in the territory we don't have to go through the inspection process because that's a law enforcement still have to do their jobs anyway. Because even though you leave the inspection lane, you and I know, once you leave, people put on their tint, you got a light that's blown out, so the officers still have to do some sort of enforcement. But that's just my my personal take on the inspection process, and I know there's a lot of persons who really agree with me. But let's go to the Facebook questions now. Let's see. We have a question from Mr. LaFond. He said he was asking if you have multiple vehicles, if you have to register them, if you can register them all at once. No. The way the system is set up, we did not include in the first go around the shopping cart. And the developer is working on the shopping cart. So for the first go around, we didn't have a shopping cart listed, but we are going to add that. Okay? But currently, all you can do is you have to pay one at a time. You select and pay one at a time. We got a comment from Miss Cerny. Miss Cerny, I see your comment, and for that, I truly apologize. And I'm going to email you back, as I know you said you were trying to get in since June, and I am going to email you back with your concern. Someone said, if you've given an appointment to renew your license and after the expiration date, what can we show the police in the event we're stopped? What you can show the police in the event that you have been stopped, if you have already gotten an appointment to come to the bureau, you could show the police officers your appointment card if you don't have one, or I hope that you gave the inspectors your insurance card so that they'll be able to stamp the insurance card that they would know that you're there. Now, a lot of persons have already been renewed, their registrations have already been renewed, but you have not been able to come to the bureau to pick up your registration. That is fine because it's in the system and the police officers will be able to go in and check to make sure that what you're telling them is correct. But while I'm saying that, there's a good opportunity for me to tell you that for the next, up until November 31st, sorry, we have extended the expiration date for driver's license and registration. We had to go ahead and do that because we realized that, the officers were stopping folks no matter what. So that's what we had to do to try to alleviate the situation. I did reach out to two of the banks, but I know First Bank responded and they said that they will be honoring the press release. We sent a press release out today. They're going to be honoring the press release where we have advised the public what the processes are and what they will be. So if you go to the banks don't have to because they also have a compliance consideration. They need to see the actual card that is unexpired. but there are some banks that will take it. However, for law enforcement purposes, if they go into the system, the database, because law enforcement has access to our database, they would see that your driver's license has been extended. The expiration date has been extended. And we are hoping that that helps to alleviate the situation. Another question is, do vehicles being shipped in need moving permit from the shipyard to the BMV? Yes. You should get a moving permit from the shipyard to the BMV. The reason why you want to do that is because you want to make sure that you're authorized to move the vehicle, that we know that you have insurance, and the BMV is the only person who registers vehicles to be on the roadway. So you need to come to us, get a moving permit, because we have to go through the documents to make sure that everything is okay, and then give you the permission to move your vehicle from the shipyard to the BMV. So that's basically how that process works. I'm trying to see, how do you make an appointment to register a car that came in from Florida? Well, how you do that, you could schedule an appointment. No, sorry, that's the driver's license. I'm getting excited here. For registration, all you have to do is to bring the vehicle to the BMV after you have obtained the moving permit. You have to come get a moving permit, right? Pay $10, you get a moving permit. Then you go back to the dock, you get your vehicle, you come to the BMV, and we have to inspect the vehicle. It doesn't matter the year of the vehicle. Any vehicle that is shipped into the territory for the first time, it must go through the inspection process. Well, until I get it waived, I hope I can. Then you use the drop box. Currently, we have to use the drop box. You put in there the certificate of title from the person that you bought it from. It must be properly filled out in the back. The seller has to complete it. You have to sign. You get the certificate of title application, the bill of sale. You have to bring that to say that the bill of sale is basically a receipt that said that you bought the vehicle. And proof of physical address where you currently reside, your ID, right, which is a valid ID. We have a list of IDs that we take, which is your driver's license, your passport, your green card, naturalization paper, those sort of things. We take those, and your insurance card. Okay? You drop those in the drop box with a telephone number, and we will call you back once the process has been completed, or we will send you a text on your phone. Remember, we have this new little fancy system where we will send you a text on your phone to let you know that your process has been completed. I'm trying to go through as many of these as possible. Somebody said I had to pinch myself to make sure I'm still in the VI. Yes, you are still in the Virgin Islands. And we like to say in the BMV, excellence is all we do. We try our best. What happened to the individuals that's waiting for their registration by mail? What probably happened to you if your registration is still in the mail, and I'm going to ask you to send us email at info@bmv.vi.gov. If you have a question, if you have a concern, if your online registration during the process, it says that you cannot be verified. Any questions or concerns, please send them to info@bmv.vi.gov. So the gentleman who asked that question, there are one or two things that may have been happening to your registration. And the one really that's probably the reason why you have not been getting your registration is because we have not received your insurance card. We have to have the insurance card to verify your insurance before we can release your registration. So please check with the insurance company, but most importantly, email us and let me check to see, what's the real problem. Alrighty, let's see. Okay, as a first-time registration, what can be given or emailed to show the police officer? What I would suggest that you do is well, unfortunately for the next 2 weeks, you will not be able to come to the bureau because we will be closed. But what should have happened, you should have given them your insurance card, a copy, and the inspector would have stamped it to let the officers know that you were there. But again, email me, email info@bmv.vi.gov, and we will try our best to see how we could help you. I believe Kevin has a question. Somebody asked a question.
Just one other comment. We get a lot of questions about individuals who don't have a Virgin Islands license. Can they do it online? The answer is yes, you can. You just have to email us, and we'll give you your customer number.
Alrighty, so let's go back to these lovely questions. All right, so as you can see, I'm having some. What else? Is there any question? Every GVI department should have a program like this. I'm gonna not say anything because those are my colleagues. if there's a, yeah, I mean, if probably, I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure. Let's see. I'm trying to get what do you make an appointment? Just a car? I'm trying to go through some of these questions actually. All right, well, anyway, keep the questions coming. Okay, so but we have an update. Until the questions start coming in again, let's just talk about a few other things that we are doing at the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, like especially now you know that we can't do any testing, especially the written test. So we are testing, an oxymoron there, or a twist on the word test. We are testing the test so that we'll be able to determine whether or not we can actually do remote testing, right? So let's say you're at home, you know, in the comfort of your home, and you want to be able to do your learner's permit test online. We are trying to see if we can offer that option. So it would be maybe 10 or 15 persons in the room at one time, and we have an invigilator on the other side, you know, just checking to make sure that there is no cheating. So that is going to be rolled out in short order. The test has been completed. The technology, we've already tested it, we beta tested and we tested again. And so we're just waiting for the final phase because it was actually designed for a testing room. But due to the fact that we have to close again, and we may have to close again and again, we are just trying to see if we can offer it remotely so that you would not have to come into the building and to do your test. The road test though, that will still be a challenge. I know that there are some states that they actually do the road test standing on the outside, because we do have a weekly meeting with all of the other states and territories. We get together and share ideas about how things are being done, and 1 or 2 states, they have said that they're actually standing outside and they have like an obstacle course, and we probably will have to use that option as well. So we are taking it one at a time. We are working diligently to get these remote and online options working for you so that you won't have to come to the Bureau, be exposed, and especially in this day and age where we have to be on constant lockdown, okay? That's one of the updates that we have. Another update that we have going on at the Bureau, and again, that's in production, is being processed as we speak, are the duplicate services. Shortly, before the end of the year, you will be able to apply for a duplicate registration, a duplicate title, a duplicate driver's license, but only if you have the new driver's license. The older ones, you will not be able to do duplicates of those because you have to have your authenticated papers and your documents into the Bureau. So for the duplicate services, you know, if you've lost your registration for whatever the reason, right, you have to come to the Bureau. All right, so we are saying, since we already have your documents on file, you should not have to come to the Bureau to do those services. So we're going to offer duplicate services online as well. I see we have some other questions. What is the process for couriers? Okay. The process for couriers is they are no different from anybody else. So for those of you who don't know what a courier is, let me explain that to you. A courier is a person who will do your banking, your driver's license, your registration renewal, just do services for you. He's your runner. He or she is your little runner. you're busy, you don't have time to do your chores, this person will do that for you. One of the services that they offer is vehicle registration renewal. The courier must only bring the vehicle registration renewal to the Bureau after you have taken your vehicle there to be inspected. Now, you may give them your vehicle so that they could inspect it for you. If you trust someone to drive your vehicle, and that's fine. But normally how the process works is that you bring your vehicle for inspection, and after you're done the inspection, you either go to their office or you meet them in an inspection lane or meet them outside the building, because they're usually around the building, and you hand them your registration and then they will complete the process for you. They will drop it off. You know, oftentimes they will get it back the next day, or they will wait when we were able to wait at the Bureau, but they normally will drop it off and get it back the next day. It's usually a one-day delay because a courier would have 8, 10, 8, we only allow up to 8 at a time that they could leave at the Bureau and drop it off for us to process for them. So that's the courier process, okay? However, the courier process is no different or faster than anybody else's process because, in our fairness, if we are processing couriers all day long and each courier has 8 transactions times 10, then you would not be processed. So we have an understanding with the courier that they'll get it back the next day. Can I have my real ID mailed to me? Yes, you can. We have not been mailing real IDs to anyone. We have not been doing that because we did not think that our process, just sticking it in the mail, would be safe. But if you're comfortable with that, you could email us your information so we'll have proof that you authorize us to do that. And yes, we will mail it to you. Okay, but again, that's not the normal process, but we can do that. Alrighty? Let me see if there's any more questions. My little computer here is very slow. Sorry, my process is slow. Alrighty, so I'm just seeing people signing on. They're watching, everybody's watching, not a lot of questions. Somebody said couriers are being mistreated. It takes weeks, not the next day. And that's unfortunate, but I would check that out because like I just explained, on the normal circumstances, the couriers did get their work back the next day. We are not operating under normal circumstances, and to say that we're going to give them back the next day, it's not feasible because we have a lot of other customers as well. Okay, so I think that's all the questions and that we can take during this hour. Our time is coming up. I'm having fun. I think that you guys love it as well. We'll be back though. We'll be back with another Facebook Live. But in closing, I really want to thank the BMV staff again for your work, your diligence, your hard work. Okay, we work hard. I also want to thank you, our customers, for being patient. This has been very trying. We've had some, periods of not being able to do work because we had an issue with the server, then we had a period of COVID. Now we are going to go into another 2-week period. So we ask you for your patience during this time, and we ask you to please adhere to the processes that we have in place. It will make it very easy. And last but certainly not least, we want to thank the governor, Lieutenant Governor Bryan and Lieutenant Governor Roach, right, for giving us the opportunity and the latitude to do what we do at the Bureau. They've allowed us to be innovative. They've allowed us to actually, Governor Bryan and Lieutenant Governor Roach said during their campaign that they're really, really big and strong on technology, and they have asked us, the agencies, to please try to use technology as best as we can to make it work, and we have done that, and we're going to continue to do that. I want to thank them for that. Again, if you want to reach us, please call the St. Croix office at 340-713-4268. St. Thomas is 774-4268, and on St. John is 776-6262. And our website again is www.bmv.vi.gov, and our email address is info@bmv.vi.gov. And again, we thank you.